this presentation, I'm going to be talking about Jenny Saville's Volta. The reason I chose this painting and what drew it to me in the first place was because of its use of bright colours and how textured it looks. It stands out from your usual portraits, as do most of Jenny Saville's works, and I love everything that can be considered unusual. I find it visually interesting, and I like the process of how Saville got to this point in her work. Born the 7th of May 1970 in Cambridge, England, Jenny Saville is an English painter and original member of the Young British Artists. She's known for her larger-than-life oil-painted depictions of nude women, and specifically her painting Propped 1992, which I actually studied for my National 5 Art and Design qualification. Her art focuses on the female figures, not in a stylised manner, but in the flesh and blemishes that come with being human. She went to the then Lillian Stone School, now Newark Academy, in Newark, for her education, which led her to gain her Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in Glasgow School of Art later in life. Afterwards, she was awarded a 6-month scholarship to the University of Cincinnati, where she took up a course in women's studies. This led her to be exposed to the gender political ideas and feminist writers. It was also where she found her interest in bigger-bodied women, as a lot of big women wore shorts and t-shirts in the city. She also says Pablo Picasso was a partial inspiration for her interest in big bodies, saying she sees him as a painter that made his subjects solid and permanent. Saville has exhibited her work in many galleries, not just in England, but also worldwide. Her art has been displayed in the Museum of Kalmar in Stockholm, Sweden, 1996. It's been shown in the Royal Academy of Art in London, 1997, where they showed her work that was part of the Sensation collection. And she has done a collaboration called Close Contact with Glenn Luckford, which was displayed in the Gasconian Gallery in Beverly Hills, California in 2002. She also had a solo exhibition in Museo Carlo Bellotti, Rome in 2006, and one of her more recent projects was shown in Athens, Greece, 2018, along with many more earlier exhibitions dating as far back as 1992. Saville's art style greatly changed after having kids. Before, she would use mostly muted and dull colours with oil paints on canvas in a highly realistic style, seen in Propped 1992, Trace 1993, and Torso 2 2004-5. After she had kids, she started working with more kinds of mediums, like collages, charcoal, pastels, and more. She also started working with more vibrant and bolder colours in a more abstract style, seen in Pastel Bodies 2014, Prism 2020, and Virtual 2020. Saville's focus on her art has slightly shifted. Yes, female figure and flesh still plays a big part in it, but a lot of her artwork now features male infants, The Mothers 2011, and Study for Iris and Horace 2011, and some male or male-appearing figures as well, Red Fates 2018, and Voice of the Shuttle, Philomena, 2014-15. Jenny Saville's Volta has a very dynamic composition. This is achieved through the multiple textures used throughout the painting and how the model is posed. Her head is tilted to the right, indicating movement. The use of contrasting colours also makes the painting more dynamic. The splotches of colour both in the model's face and background give the painting a more dynamic look. The focal point of the artwork is the eyes. They are painted darker than the rest of the face, drawing your eyes to them first as they stand out more. They are also looking directly at the viewer, making eye contact with us first thing. While the rest of the painting is mostly in unnatural colours, the eyes are painting using more natural tones, again drawing our eyes to them first. The nose is another focal point, as it sticks out more than the rest of the painting, as well as it's the only thing painted in a more natural tone. The nose then leads you down the rest of the face to the lips and the third focal point, the 2 black streaks next to them. These stand out as, unlike the rest of the painting, those 2 lines are going in a horizontal direction rather than a vertical direction. They also look squarer than the rest of them. While Saville uses the eyes and nose of the artwork to lead the viewer's eyes down the rest of the model's face, after that there is no linear movement of the painting, as the combined colours and different textures of the painting make the viewer's eyes dart around the artwork, trying to take in all the details and almost overwhelming them with how chaotic it is. The artwork doesn't really have a set colour palette, but instead uses multiple different conflicting colours as well as a mix of harsh and softer ones, make it almost hard to look too long. The wide range of colours makes the painting feel busy and messy and almost overwhelming. Saville also uses a mix of natural and unnatural colours. She uses more natural ones for the facial features, such as the eyes and nose, while using unnatural and brighter ones for the face itself. This makes the model's features stand out more against the face. She uses a mixture of warm and cold colours throughout the painting, all with different values. The light blues of the painting is seemingly where the shadows are supposed to be. These blues stick out more, drawing the viewer's attention to them as they're a darker shade than the colour surrounding it. Saville seems to use colder values for the shadows in darker areas, such as the light blues and subtle greens, and uses warmer ones for the highlights, the pinks and yellows. She also uses random lines of black in distinct locations on the face, making them stand out more. Apart from those black lines, the eyes are the darkest part of the painting, painted in light browns and dark blue greys, making them almost pop out against the rest of it. The nostrils and eyebrows are also painted in a dark brown. Jenny Saville doesn't use a wide range of tone in her artwork, mostly staying in the light to mid-tone range and using slightly darker tones for the features she wants to stand out more. This causes the edge of the model's face to sort of blend into the background when depicted in black and white. To create depth, she instead uses colour rather than tone. The darkest areas of the painting are the model's eyes, hair, around the nose, those two black lines next to the model's lips, and a few shadows around the chin. Despite having such a seemingly limited tonal range, Saville still manages to make sure the features of the face are still visible. Nothing gets lost in the face, and the viewer can still clearly pick out the model's features. Jenny Saville and her artworks have greatly influenced younger artists, such as Callum Stevenson, Sky's Portrait Arts of the Year 2021, and including me in my own artwork. Seeing and studying her work has made me want to work on larger-than-life scales and also work with a less limited colour palette. I love how she uses colour in her portraits and how she isn't afraid to go big and bright and just paint what she sees. Her art has also inspired me to want to paint with oil paints, as I had never used them before. I find her to be such a unique artist and one you don't see very often, and honestly I aspire to achieve even half of her painting knowledge that she's gained over her 32 years of being a professional painter. In conclusion, I believe Jenny Saville's work is one of a kind. How she uses colour where others would use tone is incredible, and you can really see her influences shine through her older works. Her artwork and art style have changed and developed quite a lot over the years, and is still just as amazing as her first artwork to be shown. She's a considerable influence to younger artists, and I hope maybe someday I can achieve her level of talent. Thank you.